play was over, we go outside and took some interviews, and all the people who have been on the camera, they said that we'll do anything to have the chance to see you at least for one more time. And they want to taste again this experience where also the cinema and the theater, they are merged together. So now the question, of course, how is it for you to play in this universe, in the solitude of cotton fields, and what's the message of the play, if you can reveal a bit, of course?
I don't think there is a message of the play. I think it asks questions. Maybe that's why people whom you asked about the play will want to come back and see it again, because they probably didn't get any answers and there was no message. But it's hopefully it's about many things. It's about secret desires. It's about the fact that relationships can be transactional and maybe are. And it's about contradictions. It's about complexity of human being.
Mr. Malkovich, what do you think? How do people approach this?
Well, I don't know if you mean by people. I don't know if you mean an audience. I don't know. You'd have to ask them. I know how we approach it, which is Timothy had fairly specific ideas about what story he wanted to tell. And this is a story of a buyer and a seller. The buyer refuses to define or identify the good or the service, the goods or services that he or she is providing, and the buyer refuses to define what it is he's seeking or hoping for. And that's what this play, I don't know what it's about is a big statement, but that's the story this play tells.
How is it for the actors to feel this energy from the audience, to have this immediately feedback, and of course how you felt this last evening, the people from Sibiu?
I thought it was a good audience. I don't know. It's a very dense play, so it's very hard for us to tell, I would say, how much of it gets through and how much gets lost. It's a very dense play, originally written in French and then translated into English. So, of course, a great deal of it depends on how good the audience's English is, or how sensitive, maybe even more importantly, how sensitive they are not only to language but to the aura on stage. Because of course there are feelings and sentiments beyond language as well. And but it's a very dense play.
You both had the chance to work in both fields, also cinema and theater. Working like a theater actor, it is another level, another experience. How do you feel?
Go ahead.
It is another experience because the audience is there. Yes, in the film you have people behind the camera and you have your colleagues and you have the whole crew standing there, and it is quite important that the crew listens or watches what you do, but sometimes they are not able to. So therefore you don't have that instant response and instant communication which theatre gives. And also, as we mentioned it before, in cinema, The director chooses what the audience is going to watch. And in theatre, he does, but only partially. Because at the end, they leave us there on stage and they go, this is your show now, go on.
Okay, and one final question. How is it important for us, maybe I get advice from two actors, how important is for people to escape from time to time to the theatre universe, to heal and maybe feed our minds and souls with this kind of art?
Well, I've always thought theater really is a very hopeful art. It's a collective art because it really can't exist without the public. And the public is investing not just their time and their money, but also their hope to see something that causes them to reflect on their lives, on their experiences, on the society around them, on the lives which they live and which their friends and colleagues live. So I've always thought that theater is a great collective art, and that it really encourages reflection, which I think is always a good thing.